Hi, I'm Julia.
And I'm Sue.
Welcome to Sticks and Stones. Today on Sticks and Stones, we're going to talk about increasing and decreasing so that you can make objects that have a shape to them. We're also going to see the new bracelet Sue's working on and the knitted items that Julia's been working on. Then we'll start to talk a little bit about Christmas and our ideas for getting ready for the holiday. So we're back and it's episode 16.
Wow.
And it's November, and it's my birthday month.
Happy birthday.
I love birthdays.
How many different kinds of yarn did you put on your birthday list?
4.
I was totally kidding. How many are on your Christmas list?
I don't have a Christmas list yet. I haven't gotten that far ahead.
Yeah, because you got to see what you get for your birthday
Exactly.
to see if you have to put them on your Christmas list.
Exactly.
Nice.
Now, last week actually was my second daughter's birthday, so the purple skirt that I made, she has it on today, so it fits her wonderfully. It was really cool.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she really liked it. She pulled it out and, yay, look, it's a crazy, crazy skirt. So that worked out real well. She turned 7, so they're all getting old. Yeah, but a lot of that stuff, I did a lot of work this week, mostly because we had a week off from school.
Yes.
Sue and I,
Unplanned.
We survived the hurricane.
Yes.
Came right through here.
Hurricane Sandy.
We're about 2 hours from the shore.
Yeah.
But luckily where we are, we had a lot of wind and there's a lot of trees down and there was power outages, but
we still have houses.
Yes, we do have
and
houses.
Cars. And
right. There was not a lot of serious damage, at least in our neighborhood, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, we were very lucky, just bailing out the basement. So there was a lot of devastation though in New Jersey and New York. So you know, you can always donate to your Red Cross because they're working hard still. That was what, 10 days ago?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
No, it's more than 10 days. But it was quite a long time ago. We're coming up on 2 weeks.
There's
still people without power.
So we really, if you have a need to give back, this is a really good opportunity to do so.
Yes, it is.
So we were very, very lucky to be where we are.
We are, yes.
So.
Yes. So we had a week off from school. I kind of lost a week. So I didn't do much because I was bailing out my basement. And but you were very busy.
I was lucky enough to have power throughout the week, so we hosted a lot of dinners and have a lot of food in our freezer, and we're able to kind of help out that way, which is really nice.
Charge our phones.
Charge the phones. Yeah, all the things that everybody needed power for. So I got a lot of knitting done. We had a lot of downtime, and I did quite a bit actually.
What'd you do?
Well, I started my square for the November knit along, and that's what it is so far. It will be actually
That looks like a triangle.
It is a triangle.
I thought it was a square.
It will be a square. Ultimately, it'll have 2 of the gray sides. Will be, it's going to work out this way. So.
Oh.
And this is the only square that there is this month. You do it in 1 color for beginner and more than 1 color for the advanced. And mine is 2 colors. I have the gray, and this is brown. It's hard to see. But congratulations to our October winner. She chose some stitch markers, so I'll be sending that out to her. It's Privet Knits. So we were very excited to have 1 picture. I know it was difficult with the hurricane for many people to get on their computers, but she did post a picture, so she is the winner.
And, so yeah, we're gonna have a giveaway again this month, right?
Yep. When these are done, post a picture to the thread, either on Ravelry or to a link in the comments of our blog to your blog, or to your picture on Flickr, or however you find the best way to do it, and you'll be entered in that drawing too. So there's that.
Great.
And I have another drawing. While I'm thinking of drawings, I went to Rhinebeck, which is the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, end of September actually. It's been a long time already, but was it September? Or was it October? It was a long time ago already. And I picked up this cute little felted gnome just as a souvenir and to give away to one of you guys.
You're going to give it away to me?
No. You can make your own. So you can make one of these. I think they're adorable though.
They're really cute.
So this little guy is going to go to lucky number 21. Random.org picked that number, and You Don't Call Me Les is our winner.
Nice.
So I'll be contacting her to get the address to send the little guy out.
Fun.
So
yeah, thanks to all the people that are on Sticks and Stones now because of Rhinebeck.
We passed out a lot of cards, and it was a lot of fun getting to meet people and see them in person. And my daughter came with me, and she just had a great time running around everybody.
Yeah,
So,
unfortunately I missed out on it because I had another commitment.
next year.
Next year.
Next year we
I
go.
have to put on my calendar now.
Yeah, it was a busy time. And then what else have I been doing? I made a little mitten to practice the Latvian braid. I was supposed to make it a little bigger, but you know.
It's a mitten for a kid.
It'll be a child mitten instead of an adult mitten. You live and learn.
For a kid.
Mitten for a kid. And then I've been working on the orchid thief that I showed you guys last time has grown quite a bit.
I like that name.
Orchid thief. I'll put it up against my shirt so you can see.
That's really pretty.
I've started the final section of the border.
The final frontier.
Yeah, so I'm getting these little sections up here now of the flowers. I've got about 20 rows to go, and they're getting longer and longer and bigger, but it's so pretty.
It is. It's gorgeous.
And when it's done, it'll be even bigger, because lace always looks weird until you block it, and then it turns into this glorious creation. So that was my big project that I worked on while the power was out. So how about you?
How about me? I didn't work on a lot. I'm working on this custom bracelet for someone. They wanted pink in it, and it turned out really cool. I found a new way to put the hairs together. They were black and white, and so the way I spun them together, it almost looks silver.
Yeah, that's neat.
And it's kind of a cool bracelet. It's a neat idea. I like when customers come up with ideas because it helps me come up with new ideas too.
That braid looks almost circular. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, it is a round braid. It's a 4-strand.
She did it right.
How about that? And so I made this. What happens to me in the fall every year is I get itchy and I start to like rearrange my whole house.
Yeah.
I've bought a car, a dog. I've gotten my ears pierced, and I bought something else major in October because not right now. Like in
well,
my
that's a lot of stuff you've just done.
No, not. But in October, it's just like this time I need something new, and so like I was rearranging my whole house, and so anyway, I put up a new shelf, and I needed a basket for mittens, and I went out and I was like, oh wow, look at that basket, it's $50. I don't have $50 to spend on a basket that my kids are gonna lay on and smash.
Yeah, and throw their wet mittens in.
I ended up, this is for our mittens and hats and gloves, and so what I ended up doing is I went to the liquor store, and I got a box for free. What's nice about the liquor store too is they cut their boxes like this around the top instead of pulling them off, so it's already mostly cut for you. I cut the rest off, I cut a little handle in it, and I covered it in paper from the dollar store.
That's very cute.
So it cost me all the $1 plus packing tape. And I actually made 2 of them, but so yeah, I'm looking for new and different furniture things on the cheap. So this is one. The other one is I was looking for a new bin for my recycling so I could have it inside, and I was looking for the perfect size can, and I was like, I wish it was the same size as a can I have in my basement. This is actually a vegetable shortening can, and when I got it, I thought when we were kids, my parents used to get lard in a can like this.
Gosh,
do you remember that?
No, we never bought lard.
Oh my god, you'd go to the butcher shop and you'd get this filled with lard.
Like the worst we ever did was powdered milk.
And that's what you would cook with.
That's crazy.
Like, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to spray paint it with this really cool Rust-Oleum paint that looks like hammered copper.
Very neat.
I used it on a bird bath and it really looks hammered. I don't know how they do it, but it's amazing. So I'm going to transform that. So hopefully next time you can see. Boom. And the other thing is, so I did spend time bailing my basement during the hurricane. Because we get water in our basement, and so in between, at one point we were bailing like every 15 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
And so I was cleaning my basement by candlelight while I was doing that.
No. I should be resourceful.
I was, because I was like, well, I'm down here, and I'd take all the candles somewhere else. And,
you should have just come to my house.
So anyway, I found this dictionary, and the cover's kind of nasty now from being in my basement. And I was like, all right, I need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But then I thought, oh, look at this beautiful print, because I always see these like cool ornaments and stuff they do on Pinterest with paper. So my new charge is to do something with this dictionary that's crafty. I think I'm going to have to cut out some of these. There's these really cool line drawings that they did that I might have to cut out and like decoupage or something. But if anybody has, like a pendant, if anybody has ideas, for what to do with a dictionary to
You can have some.
yeah, I want to do a couple different things. I know that you can do the one where you take the cover off and then you like make a shape out of it and then you open it all the way around and it creates something. But I want to do something like to be able to use the words and it's just cool because it's this tiny little type and I think it looks neat.
It is.
So the very first thing that I did make, I made one thing so far, is I made a Christmas ornament. And so the dictionary's in the middle here, just for something different.
I like it.
And I made this cute little, it took me about 10 minutes to make this.
Nice. Just strips of paper.
Just strips of paper. I used scrapbooking paper, but you could use magazines too, anything colorful, and then I put these inside.
Is it two pieces together?
I did put 2 pieces together on the inside only because this wasn't colored on the back. And I wanted it to be all colored, so if it's the same color on the front and the back, you don't need to use 2 pieces.
That's really neat.
So but it's simple. You just cut strips that are 1 inch wide by 11 inches long. To start out with, you figure out your pattern, and then the first strip is 6 inches, the second ones are 7 inches, the third ones are 9 inches, and the fourth ones are 11.
All right.
So, I mean, you could always make these different sizes too, other than those sizes to get a different shape.
Neat. I like
Staple the top and the bottom.
Done.
Kapow! Christmas ornament.
Yeah, so if there's ideas of things that you'd like to see us try, we'd be up for an episode on paper crafting at some point. That'd be kind of fun.
Yes.
Did you say that already?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I'm a little sick. I don't know what's going on. Where are we? Ah! Sticks and what?
What else have you made?
That's right. Well, you know what? This was the other thing that Julia thought I should show.
I thought it was cool.
Because I made this a long time ago. Because I made this ornament. Should we tell the backstory?
Yeah.
I made the ornament and I was like, oh, it needs a string on it. So I reached up above here to my left and like pulled some ribbon off and cut it. And she said, what was that? And so this is actually a candlestick. And I put a pencil inside of it and I put some Play-Doh inside there and stuck the pencil in to make a dowel. Because I was too lazy to go walk downstairs and find a dowel. And so I just keep ribbon on here because inevitably I'm about to run out the door to a birthday party and I'm like, oh, I forgot the ribbon. And so I don't have to hoof it back upstairs. I just go right here in my kitchen and I have a couple different ribbons, cut some off and leave. So speaking of Christmas, it's about time to get working on the project for Christmas, right?
Yeah, I always get started really early because knitting takes longer than you think it might sometimes, and it's best to be prepared ahead of time. So, but it's fun to do some little crafts along the way.
Yeah, I like to make ornaments. I actually pulled this one out. My daughter made this in 1st grade, and what I thought, or kindergarten, I think, and what I thought was funny is I made almost the exact same thing when I was in 1st grade.
Oh, did you really?
Except mine was a candy cane. And it's silver, and we still hang it on our Christmas tree.
Oh, that's
but
funny.
I thought it was hilarious. Like she used the same pasta, and it was the same thing. They cut out a shape, they glued on pasta, they spray painted it, and mine is exactly the same. And I just thought that's so funny that we did the same craft
over years.
You know, even though times have changed, you can still glue macaroni into anything and spray paint it, and it's awesome.
That's cool. Oh gosh. Yeah, this was supposed to be a Christmas present, so I'm kind of dabbling around on those things. But I made a couple little ornaments too, just kind of for fun. I made a little ball. I like to make these just as small token gifts for, you know, if you need something to give to somebody, you know.
A hostess gift.
Yeah, there's always a opportunity that you should have brought a gift and you didn't. So if you have about 10 of these lying around, you can make them white and they can be a snowball, or red and white and it can be a candy cane.
Or you can give it to a cat and it can be a cat ball if you fill it with catnip.
That's true. So
that's
that
what
could
it
be a
reminds
little
me of.
Or a jingle. And then I made a little star that I just thought was cute.
That is really adorable.
These take like half an hour to an hour to make for me. I'm going to clarify that because it won't take that for everybody, but they're just small and they're quick, and again, just stick it on a card and it makes a really nice little addition. And then I made this little tiny bag. It is a tiny bag. Maybe you could fit a pair of earrings in it, a small pair of earrings, or a little charm or something done inside there. But I just thought it was so cute. And
it is.
It just dresses up what could be an ordinary present just a little bit. You could put a pair of dice in there if there's a gamer or something. You could put a little something in there.
Fun.
So, and I like to make I-cords too. These aren't I-cords, these are crocheted. bands my daughter made, but I like to make long I-cord pieces too that somebody could use for a bracelet, or if it's a teacher, they can hook their badge to it, and it can just be some color.
Yes.
It's kind of a fun little something.
Fun. So for our DIY today,
I'm going to show you how to do this.
Nice.
Yeah, because it does take some shaping to make the curves, and once you know how to knit and purl and cast on and cast off, in order to make anything but a square, you need to know how to shape it. So we'll be talking about this.
Great.
See you back in a minute. For today's DIY, I'm going to show you how to do some simple increases and decreases so that you can make shaped items. I made these little Christmas ornaments here, and they're real simple, except that they do use increases to make them get bigger at the bottom, and then decreases to make them smaller at the top. Same thing with this little guy. There's holes to run the ribbon through, and in order to make the holes you have to decrease a stitch and then increase using a yarn over. And then for this one, to make the star, you're actually decreasing 3 across these little sections to make the points. So the rest of it's all just knit and purl. I'll show you how to do the increases and decreases. I've just got a little swatch here, and what I'm going to do is work my way across. The 2 increases I'm going to talk about today are knit front and back and make 1. And with these 2, though they don't have a direction, you should be able to make just about anything. It just won't be maybe quite as decorative. So I'm going to knit a couple stitches, and then I'll show you how to do a knit front and back. So what you do for a knit front and back, and this will increase 1 stitch, is you just knit like normal, but instead of taking your stitch off the needle, you bring this one around and knit again through the back loop. So you're basically knitting twice into the same stitch. See how my needle is now through the back loop, and I knit it. So now that 1 stitch has become 2, and you can see here we've kind of added an extra stitch into the mix. Then you keep on going, and that stitch will blend itself right in. The only way you can tell where it is that there's a little purl bump there. So I've just increased 1 stitch. I'll show you again. You come up to your knit front back, which is usually abbreviated KFB. Knit the first stitch like normal. Bring your needle around to the back and knit through the back loop. And then bring it off the end. So now I have increased 2 stitches, 1 over here and 1 over here. I'll keep going a little bit, and I'll show you how to do a make 1, which is usually abbreviated M1. With this one, you're picking up the bar in between the 2 stitches, so it would be right here, this little bar in between the 2 stitches that you're working with. You'll pick it up and loop it over your needle. Now you want to twist it, otherwise you're going to get a hole. So to twist it, this is how I do it. There are other ways. But basically you have to kind of flip the needles around so you're knitting through the back loop. Then when you're done, you've got a new stitch on the bar, twisted nice and tight. I'll keep going and show you how it blends right in. Can't hardly even see it. It's right there. And I'll do it again on this next one. Pick up your stitch, and however you need to do it, get your needles set so you're knitting through the back loop, not the front. This is the front loop, there's the back. And this will twist your stitch so the hole is closed. To make the holes for the ribbon, what you would do is called a yarn over, and this will make a hole. And you just bring your needle around, or your yarn around the needle, and keep on knitting. So you have increased a stitch here, but when you look at it, you'll see there's a space. This is used a lot in lace knitting. And I'll do it again. Yarn over is abbreviated YO, so if you see that, you just bring your yarn around and keep on going. Typically that's paired with a knit two together or a slip knit for a decrease, so you get a nice pattern, but you can do them individually as well. So I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to purl back the other side and then I'll show you some decreases. So I'm back at the beginning of the row, and I just wanted to show you what the increases look like now that we have another row on. Down here you can see the knit one, or the knit front and back, here and here, just a little bump. Down the way a little bit you can try to see, but these are harder to see. There's a make one here and a make one here, and then these are the yarn overs. They're much more obvious. There's one, and oh, it's tight. Here's the other. Alright, so those are the increases, and now I'll show you the decreases. The two decreases I'm going to do are a knit two together and a slip knit. And what those two do is they will angle the knitting in a certain direction. So here's how you do a knit two together. You just knit the next two stitches as one stitch. So there's two stitches that I just put my needle through, and now we're down to just one. And this creates a right leaning decrease. I'll do it again over here. It says K2 TOG or K2T, knit two together. You just do what it says, knit the next two stitches as one stitch. Now if you wanted to make a decrease the other direction, called a slip knit or SSK, you would slip the two stitches like you were going to knit them, put them back onto the other needle, and knit them together. So now you have two stitches into one, but it's leaning to the left. And I'll do that again. SSK, slip knit, slip one off, slip the other one off, put them back on your left hand needle and knit them together. One stitch decreased. And if you look at them here, you can kind of see there is a difference in direction. There's the knit two together, and here's the slip knit. I did a little swatch of them all together so you can kind of see the difference at the ends of here. This is what a row of knit front and backs look like. These are a slip knit row, and you see it does increase and then decrease. And over on this side we have the make ones right here, and these are the knit two togethers, and they make an increase both directions. These two, the increases are not necessarily a directional one, just because I had it on the end of the row is why it's coming out. So there's that. And again, all of these techniques will help you to make shaped items like these.
Alright, I'm making some squares here out of my dictionary to make a star. I just found a star on Pinterest.
Oh yeah.
So, but I'm not going to take the aardvark out. Nice picture of an aardvark in here. See?
I like an aardvark.
It's got its tongue hanging on everything. Alright. Well.
Yes, so I am decreasing now to make my triangle into a square. As it was pointed out to me, it is not a square yet. Yeah, so to do this one, this is timely because to do this particular square, you do need to know how to increase and decrease. So, and I noticed it does say you're supposed to purl two together. It's the same thing as a knit two together, only you're purling. So keep that in mind when you see it.
I will definitely keep that in mind.
P2TOG. Purl two together.
P-tog.
P-tog. P2tog.
Alright.
Well, thank you for joining us for this episode of Sticks and Stones, and we hope that you are staying warm and dry and
yes. Have great holidays. But we'll be back before then. Any holidays you happen to be celebrating.
Yeah. Have a wonderful next couple of weeks until we see you again.
Bye.
Bye.